Hope you enjoyed just the little video with Sandy. She was in here. I don't have nothing going on. As you know, I'm moving. Not a whole lot I can do. But I was kind of sitting in here and admiring her. Figured you guys might want to oogle at her a little bit too. But I don't have a whole lot going on, like I said. I swung by and saw my cousin Jerry. He's got a custom bicycle shop in the South Bend, Mishawaka area called Sugar Cycle. Check them out. I'll put his logo somewhere. But he hooked me up with some bike parts and then inspired me to show you my bike stuff. I've previously done a couple bike episodes and I'm going to do some more. Also, a handful of people have told me that I inspired them to go work on their bikes. So that's one of my things I like to do. I like to inspire people to go do stuff. So without further ado, I'm just going to jump into that video. We're checking out my little stash. My stash. Before I, full-blown pack it away before the move. And don't be too harsh on me. I've only been, technically collecting for 2 years. I've only been, hoarding parts since we've moved to this house. And if you've been paying attention or you've been hanging around for a while, I've had a plethora of vehicles. And when I moved here, I had a square body S10, I had a Triumph Spitfire when I moved here. And then I had a 63 Econoline, I had a 57 Willys. I had a Go Devil engine that I built. I had a 70 Mercury Monterey, a 65 Galaxy, and now I got the Ranger. I've always had the F100. It ain't going nowhere. We got the Lightning. But this was kind of inspired by I'm moving, and I kind of got to go through all this crap anyways. But I was hanging out with Pete the other day, and I brought this bike home. This little bike right here. And now this isn't as old as all this stuff. But it's still super cool. I don't know what year this is, but this is probably, I don't know, probably less than 5 years old, I would guess. But it has all the styling cues of the old bikes. Plus, most of these parts are interchangeable. This bike right here, this frame anyways, is actually the sister bike to this bike. And if you scroll back, I built this bike from scratch frame to this all in one episode way back. It's probably a bit corny. I don't know how the production quality is on it, but I did do it. And like I said, that bike was black and completely blown apart, just like this bike. And both those bikes actually were blown apart and zip tied to my mom's fence and in her garden for years. I brought all this stuff home in parts besides the little pixie bike. But that's still in pieces. The fenders and wheels and stuff are back there. I don't have the fork for it, handlebars. But this thing was all blown apart. I painted it, as close as I could to the color of Sandy, my F100, basically. That's what I went for. But I've actually cut this fork tube off. Cut a little bit of length off here. Cocked that a little bit. Welded it back on. And then I cut basically little reliefs in here and then just bent them shut. And then welded them. I actually ground my little welds back down to bare metal there. And those are its original tires that were on it in the garden. Those are its original tires and new tubes. I adjusted the angle of the fender a little bit to match the arc of the fork a little bit better. And then I just welded a nut back here with a little machine screw that holds it in place now. It's got the original Schwinn badge on it and everything. Just some ape hangers with some metal flake in them. That was my very first attempt at pinstriping. It's intentionally kind of shitty. I know I could have still maybe done a little bit better, but whatever. But again, what's inspiring this is this seat is wood, and I really, really like it. I think it really just matches the flow of the bike. I don't want to go banana seat. I ended up hanging out with my cousin Jerry, who actually has a small bike shop. I didn't do any recording there besides just my wife just riding this cool little bike he had around.
Why does it do that? I don't like that. I feel like I'm drunk, right? Why did he build it like that?
They used to make them like that. That's a makeshift version of it, I guess. But he actually sent me home with a little bit of parts. And one of my favorite parts is an original Schwinn seat that's not all bent to hell. It's got the perfect patina on it. I think it's even got a little bit of mold on it. But it's super, super worn out. Just like this one. It's just in a slightly better shape. I don't know if I can really get you in there or not. But it's just, one of the springs is even all warped and the brackets are all messed up. It's just, it's not very comfortable to ride on. The springs function on this one. This is a nice OE piece. So, shout out Jerry of Sugar Cycles in South Bend, the Mishawaka area. It's my cousin, much love, super cool dude. I always love seeing him. But he also sent me home with, let's just turn back around here. I don't know how old necessarily this bracket is, or these bars. And they're just taped together, but what's kind of cool about them is somebody has stuck 12 gauge shells in there. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but they might make their way onto a bike or something one day. But then, and I don't think this is the one that matches this bike, the what are they called, Panama Jack series bikes, or a series that I think probably Walmart or Meijer or something does. This is a different colored one, but it has a panel on it that I want to use as a stencil, just like the one that's on this little luggage rack and the one that's here in the center. I think what I want to do is use those as templates and do those in real wood, or maybe in some sheet metal, maybe do some spider webs like I did on the tailgate of the F100. I also did a little garage piece I'll try and snag a picture of or something. I have a little spider web that I have in the corner of my garage. You may or may not be able to see, but yeah, I want to just slang this bike together, put some white walls and stuff on it, but I could also just use it as parts to put that bike together, which is going to be for the wife. But most of these parts are, you know, all interchangeable. I mean, there's nothing besides like the shape and style of bikes that's really changed about them. I mean, bicycles are bicycles. You just have like 24 inch, 26 inch. There's different, I believe it's the rim height is how they designate those, basically. But this is kind of my bike stash. Oh, he also sent me with, and I believe this actually is off of, would have come off of this bike. The same colors and everything. Same color scheme. But like I said, I think I want to do like some spider webs or some real wood paneling. I'm thinking about Charles. My buddy Charles has a mandrel tubing bender, and I don't know if you could do it with those bars being that close together. and maybe seeing if you could put just a little more bend in that, and maybe doing like a spider web brace or something. But I don't know. That's a cool frame. It's not old like, you know, those are, but it has all the styling cues of it. It's got wider outside, the edge of the rim is wider. If you notice, these are pretty skinny. Those are quite wider. They go all the way out to 3-inch, but I do believe all the stuff is still interchangeable because the hub stays the same. I think that you have like fender and probably fork clearance issues on some of them, but all the stuff is interchangeable. You know, I could pull my cool little fork off of that and, you know, put it on that girl's frame. I could put it on that frame. Whatever you want to do, man, just dream away. But I also got just a little Schwinn Pixie. I don't know what year this is, but given the wife and I ever get pregnant, you know, and a kid comes along, we end up with a boy, or he likes blue or whatever, we'll just sling some tires on it, put some training wheels on it. If we got a girl or whatever, she wants it a different color, we'll sling some different paint on it. But I think super cool. I could also get some actual Springer front ends. There's all kinds of custom forks and stuff for these, man. Just, you guys dream away. I was gonna show you my picture. I was gonna show you my picture where my original bike frame that I built in high school was sitting, but it's packed. There's nothing there. But man, I think that's about it for my my little bike stash. But got my flathead. You know, there's more of my 8BA coming. I haven't just wanted to get grody before the move. I need to get the rest of these valves out of here, the valve seals and all that. The budget, $283. I still plan on doing. So I acquired a old aluminum flywheel and bell housing. The bell housing's aluminum anyway. To get that fired up, once we get it assembled, maybe I'll build an engine stand or something for it. But some of this stuff I just kind of kept laying around. It's for the F1 Hundo, the original flywheel, spacer plate I'll need to reuse. It's a 2-barrel intake manifold. It's got some vacuum lines and stuff on it I'll probably jack. But behind that I've got the F100's 302. It's 40 over now, so it's a 306. But it's all machined. Good to go. Same thing with the crank. It's polished. I just got to get bearings and pistons ordered. Rods. Need to drop them off the shop after I get the pistons ordered. We can bang that bottom end together. And then I can jump onto the heads of that. Got some OG. Those are the valve covers that came off the 302 out of the Galaxy. I swapped those out for the later model 302, 289 valve covers, probably just 302s, were just smooth. These say powered by Ford on them. The later model ones are just smooth and boring, so I swapped those out and kept those. Probably just wall art, just stuff like this. I'll probably end up like sandblasting these, maybe shooting some like candy paint on them. Just wall art. So that's the, you know, the timing cover and the heads off my flathead. I'm not gonna reuse. The fuel pump, which is super cool. Again, just wall art. I never really like full blown, you know, moved in and you know, loved this house. And I think that's another big part of the reason we want to move and get out of here. Is we're just, well, I don't think we really ever called this house a home. We need some more property for our animals and for my vehiculars, and so I can collect my junk. But I think that's about it, man. I'm sorry I don't have a whole lot of content going right now, and you know, I hate to even bring it up, but like COVID is, you know, running rampant, and it's kind of, you know, it's putting a damper on some things. You know, I'd like to you know, head out to the school again, to the Masters Museum, and do some shooting again, but people have been getting sick, and you know, he's been holding off, you know, obviously, so you know, he has health issues, so don't blame him one bit, you know. But that's about it, guys. You know, thanks for tuning in. Like I said, I got tons and tons of projects, tons. Another one I want to do real quick. God, I'm gonna have to lose my garage art. I'm gonna lose. Unless I take this bench with me. I guess I could take my bench with me. But this was with the house when we moved in. But I'm gonna lose my little bit of garage art here. Dang it. But this glass tray that you really can't see, I think I want to etch my my Eppy's cartoon logo into this. And maybe like do like some sort of backer with some neons in it, and either do that on the front of the new shop on the outside, or do it with some real bright lights to kind of help illuminate the new shop when we get there. But I got my Y block. I still haven't managed to get the actual block for my Y block, but I have most of a Y block we're gonna dig into as well. I got projects, guys. I got projects, so don't go anywhere. More. I have a project that I might even knock out on both the Ranger and can't talk. The Ranger and F100 before we leave. And I'm just gonna give you just basically like a hint or give it away. I think I want to do some more window etching. If you rewind again back to some older videos, I did the etching of high-class white trash in the back of the F100 window. I think I want to do some maybe like some sort of like rosary, like rose type design. I don't know. I'm gonna brainstorm some ideas, but I want to do some like stuff in the just some real like light details in the corner of the window on probably the Ranger and the F100. But that'll be etched in there with sandblasting, like I did that episode. So I'm not very good at linking stuff. Honestly, I've just been busy. So just scroll back and check those videos out. But thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm gonna get inside. It's a bit cold. The wife is hungry, and I am too. So deuces. That's it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, tell your mom as if she doesn't know already. I'm out this bitch. Deuces.